Donald Trump has been refusing to wear a face mask when he's out in public. The press keeps asking him why he doesn't wear a mask. And remember, it's important to wear a mask when you're out and about because it prevents you from spreading the coronavirus, if you have it, to other individuals, people around you. There was recently some reporting indicating that there's a huge portion of people who have the virus, but they're completely asymptomatic, something around 35% of people. And it's something to keep in mind because while you might think you don't have it, you could be spreading it. So Donald Trump has made it clear he doesn't want to be seen with a mask because he thinks it makes it look weak. But MSNBC was the first to air a photo of him wearing a mask. This was during his visit to the Ford plant in Michigan. Take a look.
It's good for America to see this example. And Ron Klain, as we look at the mask, we should include the fact that the Ford company told the president's team that you are required to wear masks there.
Okay, so there he is with the mask. When he was asked earlier, why aren't you wearing a mask now? Why haven't we seen you with one? Here's what he had to say to the press.
Mr. President, there was a lot of interest about whether you would end up wearing a mask today. Could you just take us through your thought process of why you decided not to wear a mask?
Well, I had one on before. I wore one in this back area, but I didn't want to give the press the pleasure of seeing it. But no, where I had it in the back area, I did put a mask on.
Did you have the goggles on too as well, sir?
I did. I had goggles and a mask right back there.
Why would you not be
and here's another one.
Why would you not be wearing it? No,
because in this area,
why would you not be wearing it here, sir?
Not necessary here.
I have to say, I think that part where he hands that, like, the goggle thing to the reporter, like, you could tell the person's like, please don't give this to me. Disgusting.
Yeah. But you shouldn't hand your mask to anyone else because if you have it, that was the whole point. Like, you're wearing the mask so you don't give it to other people. And he's like, here, hold my dirty mask. The reporter's like, why?
Such a weirdo.
Why would you do this to me?
Such a weirdo.
Yeah.
But look, here's the thing. He says, I don't want to give the media the pleasure of seeing me with the mask. Look, there's honestly nothing that Trump could do that would be pleasurable other than going away. Like, I don't care if you're wearing a mask. I don't care if you're on a boat. I don't care if you're on a goat. Like, just seeing him is displeasing. So, like, I don't care if he's wearing a mask. Like, I've talked about this on the show already. I care about keeping people around him safe, but he does get tested for COVID-19 regularly. So that makes me feel better about the people around him. Other than that, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't make me feel one way or the other regarding his decision to wear a mask. He's such a loser. It's unbelievable what he thinks people are concerned about.
Yeah. So two things about that. First of all, yeah, we just showed you him with the mask. So what? Okay, that doesn't make me think any less of him, but maybe because I couldn't possibly think less of him. He's at the bottom of my barrel already. But wearing the mask would only make me think more positively of him because it would show responsibility. It would follow the guidelines that his own government is saying. But of course, he doesn't view it that way, and conservatives don't view it that way. First of all, Mark Thompson and I were talking about this last night on our new Twitch show, twitch.tv/TYT. Check that out. Mark said they made a big mistake when they said the masks are for other people's protection, not your own protection. Because the right wing then writes it off, goes, oh, great, then I don't have to wear it because I don't care about other people. I only care about myself. And Trump is certainly in that category. But then the second part of it is this idea of weakness that they keep going back to. So I want to read you a quote from the Federalist, David Marcus. The Federalist is a very conservative outlet, and they're the ones who pick all of our horrible judges, including the guys on the Supreme Court. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but that organization pushes those folks forward. So here's what Marcus wrote. An image of Donald Trump wearing a protective face mask while performing his duties behind the resolute desk or in the White House briefing room would be a searing image of weakness.
Oh, please.
It would signal that the United States is so powerless against this invisible enemy sprung from China that even its president must cower behind a mask. That simply should not happen. So that's the conservative mind for you, a bunch of absolute morons.
No, but it's amazing, Cenk, because while they argue that that makes Trump look weak, the truth is Trump has been like a little whiny child since the moment he started running for president. Like, just get a load of this. This is who the Federalist Society?
The Federalist.
Yeah. This is who you think is a strong man? Take a look at this wuss.
Whiner, and I'm a whiner, and I keep whining and whining.
No politician in history, and I say this with great surety, has been treated worse or more unfairly.
They always said Lincoln, nobody got treated worse than Lincoln. I believe I am treated worse.
Doesn't really show the kind of leadership and toughness that you'd want out of a president. You start whining before the game's even over?
I think he's probably right. I am the most fabulous whiner.
Well, it's been very unfair from the day I won, and I really say from far before the day I won, from the day I came down the escalator. The Mueller report, Russia, as you say, which was total nonsense. It was all nonsense. The whole thing was nonsense. But it was a very unfair, and mostly it was unfair to my family.
Now, these are among the most dishonest people. I really mean it. These are among the most dishonest. For instance, look at the crowd. I'd love to have them show the crowd, but they don't show the crowd.
If whenever things are going badly for you and you lose, you start blaming somebody else, then you don't have what it takes to be in this job.
Wow. We found that out the hard way. And that's why during the 2016 election, we constantly talked less about how evil or bad he was, which is the Democratic strategy, and more about how incompetent he was and how weak he was. And that turned out to be the biggest problem of all as we see this reaction to the coronavirus. But I wanted to say one more thing about the way that the Federalists and conservatives overall view the world. Do they then think that doctors are all really weak for wearing masks and gloves? I mean, is it possible that people are this stupid? It's amazing to me. And they talk about like, oh, I mean, we can't wear a mask because then it would seem like the invisible enemy is winning. So, like, do they think that coronavirus is going to get intimidated if you're not wearing a mask? Oh, whoa, back up, dude. That guy doesn't have a mask.
No.
I didn't know the U.S. was going to be that strong. All right, let's not do contagious stuff in the U.S. They're not wearing masks. They're way too tough for us. Like, yeah. Can anyone be that dumb? And the answer is unbelievably yes, including the President of the United States.
You know what's super weak and makes you look like a super weak president? When you're so scared that holding China accountable and taking coronavirus seriously is going to hurt your trade negotiations with China, that you're worried about China retaliating against you and not making a deal with you, so you let your own people die. That's what a weak president does. That's what a little bitch-ass president does. That's what Trump did. So
I got nothing to add.
If you want to talk about being afraid of China, Trump was afraid of China from the very beginning of this pandemic.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.